What if I told you that somewhere in the world right now it's raining fish? Or that there's a place where lightning strikes the same spot 250 times every single night? Hold on to your seats because today we're diving into the most bizarre weather phenomena that will completely blow your mind. I'm talking about events so strange that scientists are still scratching their heads trying to explain them. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll never look at the sky the same way again. Welcome back to The Curious Route, where we explore the most fascinating mysteries our planet has to offer. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button because we're about to take you on a journey through some of the most incredible weather events that nature has up her sleeve. Let's start with something that sounds like it came straight out of a fairy tale. But I promise you, this is 100% real. Picture this. You're walking down the street when suddenly, instead of raindrops, live fish start falling from the sky. This isn't some Hollywood movie. This actually happens, and it's called a fish rain. The most famous case occurred in Honduras, where residents have witnessed this phenomenon for over a century. Every year between May and July, dark clouds gather, thunder roars, and then fish literally rain down from the heavens. But here's where it gets even weirder. These aren't just any fish. They're always the same species of small, blind cave fish that don't even live in the nearby waters. Scientists believe that waterspouts, which are basically tornadoes over water, suck up these fish from underground rivers and deposit them miles away. But that doesn't explain why it happens so regularly in the same place, or why the fish are always alive when they hit the ground. Some locals believe it's a miracle. And honestly, after hearing about this, I'm not entirely sure they're wrong. Now, if fish falling from the sky wasn't strange enough, let me tell you about a place where the sky literally never stops putting on a light show. In Venezuela, at the mouth of the Catatumbo River, there's a phenomenon known as the Catatumbo Lightning. Every single night, for up to 300 nights a year, lightning strikes this exact location up to 250 times per hour. That's more than 4 lightning strikes every minute, for 10 hours straight, night after night. The locals call it the Lighthouse of Maracaibo, because sailors have been using this constant lightning as a navigation tool for centuries. But here's the mind-blowing part. This lightning is almost completely silent. While regular lightning creates thunder, the Catatumbo Lightning produces barely any sound at all. Scientists think it's caused by the unique geography of the area, where winds from the Andes Mountains collide with methane gas rising from the nearby swamps. But even with this explanation, the sheer consistency of this phenomenon is absolutely incredible. But wait, we're just getting started. Have you ever heard of snow that's red? Not talking about some romantic movie scene here. I'm talking about actual crimson-colored snow that looks like a scene from a horror movie. This phenomenon, called watermelon snow or blood snow, occurs in mountainous regions around the world, including the Alps, the Rocky Mountains, and even Antarctica. The red color comes from a type of algae that thrives in cold conditions and produces a natural antifreeze. But here's the creepy part. This snow smells sweet, almost like watermelon, which is how it got its nickname. Some brave souls have even tasted it, describing it as having a watermelon flavor. However, scientists strongly advise against eating it because it can cause digestive problems. Imagine explaining to your doctor that you got sick from eating red snow that smelled like fruit. Now, let's talk about something that will make you question everything you know about ice. In Lake Baikal, Russia, the world's deepest freshwater lake, something absolutely magical happens every winter. The lake doesn't just freeze, it creates perfect, crystal-clear ice formations that look like they were sculpted by aliens. These ice shards, called ice flowers or Baikal Zen, can grow up to 6 feet tall and are so transparent you can see straight through them to the bottom of the lake. What makes this even more incredible is that these ice formations often trap bubbles of methane gas, creating these ethereal, otherworldly sculptures that photographers travel thousands of miles to capture. The formations are so perfect and geometric that when photos first surfaced online, many people thought they were fake. But this is nature at its most artistic, creating masterpieces that would make any sculptor jealous. Speaking of ice, let me tell you about a weather phenomenon that sounds like something out of a disaster movie. Have you ever heard of an ice tsunami? Yes, you heard that right. A tsunami made entirely of ice. This happens when strong winds push massive sheets of ice across lakes or rivers, causing them to pile up on shore like a slow-motion tidal wave. The most dramatic example occurred on Lake Erie in 2019, when walls of ice up to 30 feet high slowly crept onto the shoreline, crushing everything in their path. Houses, trees, cars, nothing could stop this relentless advance of ice. What's particularly eerie about ice tsunamis is how slow and inevitable they are. Unlike a water tsunami that hits in minutes, an ice tsunami can take hours to reach its full height, giving people plenty of time to watch their homes get slowly crushed by nature's frozen fury. Now, here's a phenomenon that will make you appreciate just how weird our planet can be. In some parts of the world, it doesn't just rain water, it rains spiders. Yes, you heard that correctly. Millions of tiny spiders falling from the sky like some nightmare scenario. This has been documented in Australia, Brazil, and several other countries. The scientific explanation is that baby spiders use a technique called ballooning, where they release silk threads that catch the wind and carry them to new locations. Sometimes, atmospheric conditions cause millions of these spiders to balloon at the same time, creating what locals describe as spider rain. Imagine stepping outside and finding your entire neighborhood covered in tiny spiders and their silk. It's like something out of a horror movie, but it's just nature's way of helping spiders find new homes. But perhaps the most beautiful, unusual weather phenomenon is something called noctilucent clouds, or night-shining clouds. These are clouds that glow electric blue in the night sky, creating an otherworldly spectacle that looks more like something from another planet than Earth. These clouds form at the edge of space, about 50 miles above the surface, making them the highest clouds on Earth. What makes them truly special is that they can only be seen during specific conditions, when the sun is below the horizon but still illuminating these ultra-high clouds. The result is this incredible electric blue glow against the dark night sky. They're becoming more common due to climate change, which scientists think is causing more water vapor to reach these extreme heights. Here's something that will make you never want to complain about a little drizzle again. In some parts of Chile's Atacama Desert, the driest place on Earth, it hasn't rained in over 400 years. But when it finally does rain, something incredible happens. The entire desert explodes into bloom. Seeds that have been lying dormant for decades suddenly spring to life, covering the barren landscape in a carpet of colorful flowers. It's like nature's own version of time-lapse photography, except it happens in real life over just a few days. The locals call this phenomenon desierto florido, or flowering desert, and it's so rare and spectacular that people travel from around the world just to witness it. Imagine a landscape that looks like Mars one day, and then transforms into a botanical wonderland the next. And finally, let me tell you about one of the most terrifying weather phenomena on Earth, something called a fire tornado. This isn't just a regular tornado that happens during a fire. It's an actual tornado made entirely of flames. These spinning columns of fire can reach temperatures of over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit and can grow to hundreds of feet tall. Fire tornadoes form when intense heat from wildfires creates its own weather system, generating powerful updrafts that begin to rotate. The result is a towering inferno that can move across the landscape, incinerating everything in its path. They're extremely rare, but when they do occur, they're absolutely devastating. Firefighters describe them as one of the most frightening forces of nature they've ever encountered. So there you have it. Just a small sampling of the incredible, bizarre, and downright unbelievable weather phenomena that occur on our amazing planet. From fish falling from the sky to lightning that never stops, from red snow to ice tsunamis, our Earth is full of surprises that remind us just how little we really understand about the world around us. These phenomena show us that nature is far more creative and unpredictable than we could ever imagine. They challenge our understanding of how weather works and remind us that there's still so much mystery left in our world. What did you think of these incredible weather phenomena? Have you ever witnessed anything unusual in your area? Let me know in the comments below. I love hearing about your experiences with weird weather. And if you enjoyed this journey through nature's most bizarre side, make sure to hit that like button. And subscribe to The Curious Route for more fascinating content that will expand your mind and feed your curiosity. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and never stop being curious about the incredible world around us.